back in 2023, I went to work on a Monday and started to roll my tarp on my trailer, and I was like, I got to get my breath for a minute. And I felt like something wasn't right. So I go to the after hours. They take me in. They take my vitals and everything, put me in a room. So he tells me that I've got AFib and that I've got an aneurysm in my aorta. And he said 1 to 2 centimeters, he said we monitor. 3 to 5, we do surgery, but yours is at 6.8. When they wheeled me into the surgery room, my prayer was that the Lord's Holy Spirit and presence would be in that room. And the last thing I said was that, God, I know you have something big for me. I don't know what that is, but I know you're not done with me. 6 months later, my cardiologist, I see him and he says, what I want to do is I want to do a CAT scan to see if everything that they did inside you has healed up. So they scheduled the CAT scan, did a CAT scan. I left the office and I hadn't been gone but 20-25 minutes. Well, my cell phone rings. It's my cardiologist. When he calls me, he tells me that he doesn't have the full results of my heart side of it yet. But radiology's called him and said they found a nodule on my lung, and it's bigger than they normally see, but it's got spectations come off of it. I went seen a lung specialist where he run a tube down my throat to look at the cancer more closely. The cancer was still inside my lungs, so it hadn't got outside. So the plan was that he was going to take the left lower lobe of my left lung, and he took up to 17 lymph nodes. I started taking chemo through an IV. I did 4 rounds chemo, got to ring the bell. My daughter got to ring the bell. I go back to work. I'm feeling good, all that. Marley works at a tax office, and she was at work on a Saturday. Ray was home with me, and I don't know, but I honestly went into this awful cough. So we go to the ER in Corden, and I tell them, first thing they do, because I've had my heart stuff, is they do an EKG. Well, the EKG comes back good. They want to do a chest X-ray. Well, I had so much fluid on my left lung that they said, I don't know how you're looking this good coming in here because it's caused your left lung to collapse. So they did this pheresis. They pulled 1.5 liters of my lump. So they ended up sending that off to try to get the genetics. Margaret looks at me and she says, I want you to know that if you don't want to do these pills, you've been poked, prodded. If you get tired, I know where you're going. Well, God showed me this vision of me standing up in front of a crowd of people, sharing my testimony. And I told her the vision that I had saw, that God showed me. And as soon as I told her, she gave me that verse in Acts 2:17. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. And when she told me that, I was like, then I realized it took me till I was 50 years old to realize the calling that God had on my life.